Welcome to the Sankofa Pan-African series. We travel through history's corridors, illuminating Afrocentric narratives. Support us through Patreon or by buying me coffee. Your subscription is a great start, but do hit the bell for notifications so you know when we have new episodes. Share our videos and visit our website sankofastorybooks.com for stories, biographies, Afrocentric nursery rhymes, and other resources for children. Together can change the negative narratives about us. The history of Arab occupation in Sudan is a multifaceted tale that intertwines with the broader history of the Arab world and Africa. It encompasses periods of conquest, cultural exchange, and significant social transformation. Today, we will explore the intricate history of Arab occupation in Sudan, tracing its origins, impacts, and enduring legacy. Arab influence in Sudan predates the full-scale occupation, beginning with early contacts through trade and migration. As early as the 7th century, Arab traders ventured into Sudan, establishing trade routes that facilitated the exchange of goods, culture, and ideas between the Arabian Peninsula and the African continent. These early traders settled along the Nile and other strategic locations, integrating with the local Nubian and Beja populations. The spread of Islam during this period further solidified Arab presence, as Islamic missionaries played a crucial role in converting the local populations. The formal Arab occupation of Sudan began in the 14th century, driven by the expansionist policies of various Arab and Islamic states. The Funj Sultanate, established around 1504, marked a significant period in Sudanese history. The Funj founded the Sultanate of Sennar, which controlled much of central and northern Sudan. Arabic became the dominant language, and Islam the prevalent religion. The Sultanate thrived on trade and agriculture, and Sennar, its capital, became a center of Islamic learning and culture. In the 16th century, the Ottoman Empire extended its influence over Egypt and, by extension, Sudan. The Ottomans established nominal control over the region, focusing primarily on securing trade routes and resources. However, their direct control over Sudan was limited, with local rulers maintaining significant autonomy. The 19th century brought more direct Arab influence when Muhammad Ali Pasha, the Ottoman governor of Egypt, embarked on a campaign to consolidate his power in Sudan. In 1820-21, his forces invaded and occupied northern Sudan, establishing the Turco-Egyptian rule. This period is often referred to as the Turkiya. Under Turco-Egyptian rule, Sudan underwent significant changes. The administration sought to modernize the region, introducing new agricultural techniques, infrastructure projects, and trade networks. However, this period was also marked by harsh policies, including heavy taxation and the exploitation of Sudanese resources and people, leading to widespread resentment. Sudan gained its independence from British Egyptian rule on January 1, 1956. The post-colonial period was marked by significant challenges as the country struggled to build a cohesive national identity and navigate the complexities of its diverse population. The legacy of Arab occupation and influence continued to shape Sudanese politics and society. The dominance of Arabic language and Islamic culture in the northern regions contrasted sharply with the cultural and religious diversity of the southern regions, where Christianity and indigenous beliefs were more prevalent. This cultural divide contributed to tensions and conflicts that would persist for decades. The First Sudanese Civil War, from 1955 to 1972, erupted even before Sudan officially gained independence. The conflict was primarily driven by Southern Sudanese demands for greater autonomy and resistance to the imposition of Northern Arab Islamic cultural hegemony. The war ended with the signing of the Addis Ababa Agreement in 1972, which granted the South limited autonomy. However, the peace was short-lived. In 1983, then-President Jafar Nimeri's decision to implement Sharia law nationwide reignited tensions, leading to the outbreak of the Second Sudanese Civil War. The conflict, which lasted until 2005, was one of the longest and deadliest civil wars in African history. It culminated in the Comprehensive Peace Agreement, which paved the way for the eventual secession of South Sudan in 2011. In addition to the North-South divide, Sudan faced significant internal strife in the western region of Darfur. The Darfur conflict began in 2003 when two rebel groups, the Sudan Liberation Movement and the Justice and Equality Movement, took up arms against the Sudanese government, accusing it of neglecting the region and favoring Arab tribes. The government's response, characterized by the deployment of the Janjaweed militia, led to widespread atrocities, including mass killings, rapes, and displacement of civilians. The conflict in Darfur has been described by some as genocide, and it has drawn international condemnation and interventions, including charges against Sudanese officials by the International Criminal Court. Watch out for our episode on why the war in Sudan qualifies as genocide. Sudan's contemporary history continues to be shaped by the legacies of Arab occupation, colonialism, and internal conflicts. The ousting of longtime President Omar al-Bashir in 2019, following nationwide protests, marked a significant turning point. The transitional government that followed sought to address long-standing issues of governance, human rights, and economic development. From the early Arab traders and Islamic missionaries to the Ottoman and Turco-Egyptian rulers, and through the struggles for independence and internal conflicts, Sudan's journey has been marked by significant challenges and transformations. As Sudan continues to navigate its path forward, understanding this rich and troubled history is essential. The legacies of the past, including the impacts of Arab occupation, continue to influence the present. By addressing these legacies and fostering a spirit of inclusivity, justice, and reconciliation, Sudan has the opportunity to build a more unified and prosperous future for all its people.